Hello beautiful people. So today's video we're going to be talking about how to extend your stay here in the US. So if you're granted a US visa, you have to abide by the terms of that visa. And so if you've been given 2 months to stay, you cannot exceed the time frame by even a day. When you do, your visa becomes immediately revocable and it becomes void. And so you want to make sure that you filed an extension of stay before the expiration of your visa, your I-94, right? And the I-94 is what actually tells you how long, that's a record of your admission and tells you how long you're allowed to stay here in the US. So the first thing to note is that not everybody is eligible to file an extension of stay. It depends on your visa type and also depends on how you came into the country. And so for instance, only people that legally enter the US can file for an extension of stay. The second thing you have to notice is that an extension of stay is not automatic. The burden is on the petitioner to actually prove to the U.S.A, that's the agency responsible for reviewing the extension of stay, that your circumstances and everything actually warrants that extension, and so they'll review it. And yeah, the burden is on you. So basically you have to prove to them that yes, you definitely do deserve the extension of stay. Okay, so another thing you have to notice when to file the extension. You have to file the extension of stay before the expiration of your visa. The U.S.A recommends that you should file this extension 45 days before your visa expires. And so remember that when your visa expires and you have an extension of stay that is pending, the period between which your visa expires and when a decision is made on your application, you are set to be out of status. You have not yet accrued unlawful presence, but you are out of status. And so when your extension is approved, it relates back to the the I-94, the time you were. Yeah, it relates back to the date the I-94 expired. And so your status while your application was pending would be deemed or would be considered to have been lawful. However, if you are denied the extension of your visa, if the application is denied, your visa becomes immediately revocable and void, because unfortunately for you now, the period between which your visa expired and then your application was denied, you would have said to have accrued unlawful presence. You have to also bear in mind that this extension of visa process is extremely time sensitive and it's very delicate, and there are lots of things to consider, such as, for example, your passport has to be valid during the entire extension of your stay. So if your visa is supposed to expire February 28th 2021, and let's say your passport also expires March 30th 2021, you cannot file an extension of stay up until August, say August 2021, because your passport expires March. So there are lots of considerations, and so you need to make sure that you have actually tightened all the nuts and bolts in order to have a successful extension of application, because once your visa is revoked and you have been said to have accrued unlawful presence, there are consequences. You don't want to trigger any type of ban into the United States. And so yes, that's it for today. My name is Akua. I'm a U.S. licensed attorney. I focus my practice on U.S. immigration and trademark law. I serve clients all around the U.S. It doesn't matter where you're based, and I handle all types of U.S. immigration law matters. Please call me on 240-801-7288 and I'll be happy to talk to you. Take care. Bye.